So did you recognize the sound?
It sounded familiar, but it definitely wasn't like, ooh, I've definitely heard this guy before. I'm I'm curious what his calling card would be. You would say.
You know, I think it's the way I think it's actually his piano playing that is most it's mostly that sound. Actually, since this one is a duo piece or a collaboration with Chromeo, maybe his sound didn't leak into it as much, but he has instrumentation that he usually uses as well. And this one's it's got more retro-y synths because that's kind of Chromeo's sound, and maybe he was trying to blend it with that. But his piano playing to me is very distinct. You know, it's obviously jazzy, but his movements, like his drop twos, in jazz piano, there's a technique called drop twos where you play the top and bottom notes are the same. Like your pinky on your left hand is playing like maybe an octave down from the pinky on the right hand, and you move chords together and play a melody with the melody being on the outside of your hands, and the inner parts of it you're playing with your fingers, different chords inside of it to go with the harmonies there. And he's like a master of drop twos, which is really cool.
Yeah, there was definitely some very masterful piano playing that I, as somebody who is a novice at piano, I was listening to it and I'm like, how does somebody do that with their hands? Mine don't do that.
Yeah, but that guy's been playing a long time. You can tell he's probably been playing. He's probably a savant,
sure.
like 6 years old or something. He's playing and writing. You know? But yeah, I mean, his sound he's just. I guess that would be the sound that I hear. I mean, amongst this, obviously, I love the message. There's a couple things that I really like. The message is just amazing, right? That there's basically no lyrics. It's just if you want it, you can reach the sky. That's it. Like that's the whole lyrical concept, which is something everybody can relate to. Again, you know, you have a dream. Everybody has a dream. And here it is. You're saying it in such a concise way. If you want it, you can reach the sky. And then there's like this feel good, like after effect that comes in. If you want it, you can reach the sky. Then it goes, the sky. Wah, 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 wah. It's just like so catchy. It's like, man, I feel like I really can reach the sky right now. I can do anything.
I can reach the sky. Yeah.
I can do anything.
Yeah. I feel that. And there, from like a music production sort of side of things too, one of the things that I noticed that was really interesting was there were a few different small little synth runs and things like that it was like a harmonized synth run, and they were panned hard left and hard right. And so it was like the two things it was very stereo, and they had that really neat harmony to it. And I was like, that's such an interesting idea too, having, you know, almost the same part, but it's just the harmonies, and then it just adds that really neat stereo aspect.
Those licks, the licks that you're talking about in the left and right, like panned hard, they seem like something that should be so subtle, but it's funny that you notice those on a first listen, and they're like, that's like one of my favorite parts of listening to that song. I have probably listened to this song hundreds of times. I mean, it's so short. You can really listen to it back to back to back, because it's 2 minutes and 15 seconds long or something like that, which is also amazing. You know, I couldn't imagine it being any longer. It doesn't need to be any longer, but it's like short and sweet. No. I could listen to it 100 times, you know, and I wouldn't get sick of it. But yeah, those little synth lines. Yeah.
Yeah. My music, my ear definitely tunes into those like small little production things, just because that's the type of stuff that I find really interesting in a highly produced music. So those are the types of things that I key into.
Those are amazing licks. Yeah. Like even the taste that's put into it, it's not something that's just like robotic, like an arpeggio or something. It's him playing, you know, like he's playing it with a lot of soul and passion, which again is amazing to me. Like, I don't know who played those licks. I imagine it was Anomaly, and maybe Chromeo did some of the production, the beat making, and you know, the talk box stuff. Like, I know they're known for that. So anyway, it's an amazing piece of music to me. Probably my favorite song of the past,
Yeah, absolutely.
of this winter for sure.
All right, so my final tune is by a group that I found on my Spotify Discover Weekly like 2 years ago. And they had a song that I really liked and then forgot about that's called Bad Bad Freddy. And it's off of their 2018 album Swamp Creek. And I was going to play that song, but then I decided to go and check out some more of their discography because that was the only song that I knew. And they released a single. It's their most recent song, but it's still from 2019, so they haven't been super active as far as releasing music over the past year or so. But this group is from Canberra, Australia, and this song is called Good Morning.